بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure meeting you today at this prestigious gathering. While we aspire and look forward to great success at this crucial event, I would like to share with you the economic view and the experience and expectations of the State of Qatar on the Gulf region and its neighboring countries, Iraq, Yemen, and Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me first to illustrate the importance of this region, which my country, Qatar, is a part of. The territory is one of the most important regions of the world due to its geostrategic position and economic importance for the global market. It is home to a population of 202 million, which represented 2.7% of the world population in 2018, and with a total GDP of 2.32 trillion US dollars in 2018. Crucially, the region contains an estimated 50% of the world's oil reserves. There is a notable presence of Gulf countries, especially Qatar, in the field of natural gas, where the region accounts for 21.5% of the world's gas reserves. Qatar alone controls about 13% of the world's reserves, with an estimated reserve of about 25 trillion cubic meters. Qatar is leading the global LNG trade, with exports to customers in Asia, such as Japan, Korea, and India, as well as Europe and the United States, through long-term agreements. Therefore, the geostrategic importance of the Gulf region makes its security an international, non-negotiable need. In this regard, we reiterate our support for our brothers in Iraq and Yemen in their effort to achieve security and stability. The State of Qatar advocates peaceful dialogue as the only solution to conflicts. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, during the past couple of years, Qatar has pursued the implementation of major development projects, which have cemented its position as one of the region's most stable, competitive, and growth-oriented economy. According to World Bank's latest report, Qatar's economy will grow by 3.5% by 2021, driven by higher growth in the services sector as the 2022 FIFA World Cup approaches, compared to a growth rate of 1.43% in 2018 constant prices, when our economic activity was still in recovery mode from the impact of the illegal and unjust blockade imposed on our country since 2017. Today, Qatar has emerged stronger and more economically independent than ever before. The illegal blockade has presented an opportunity for Qatar to make its economy more accessible to the world and to establish new trade routes with our major partners worldwide. Our economy witnessed a significant boost as new national companies went public, and more than 823 Qatari businesses have recently been established in the fields of food production, services, and manufacturing industries. Industrial cities are also being expanded to encompass 769 industrial land plots, as work continues to complete 337 projects in the manufacturing sector and create promising investment opportunities in non-hydrocarbon sectors. These positive indicators are the result of wise economic policies implemented in accordance with the objectives of our second National Development Strategic Plan, 2018-2022. Qatar has great importance to supporting the private sector in line with our belief that it plays a key role in promoting competitiveness and economic diversification. We have begun to fast-track the implementation of measures aimed at supporting the private sector by offering public-private partnership projects and establishing incentive programs to attract foreign direct investments. In this context, Qatar has developed business legislation and regulations to allow foreign investors up to 100% ownership in all economic and commercial activities, in addition to allowing non-Qatari investors and companies to invest in the strategic real estate sector and own properties in several vital economic and tourism areas across the country. Recently, Qatar has approved a draft law regulating public and private partnerships with the aim of offering new opportunities to the private sector and involving companies in the implementation, construction, financing, and operation of the state's various facilities. Qatar has also streamlined procedures and regulations for the issuance of commercial and industrial licenses and the development of services and infrastructure available to investors. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, international trade and investment forms a key part of Qatar's future growth and diversification, and the United States is one of Qatar's most highly valued and largest global strategic partners, with a volume of trade in goods for the last 5 years reaching 26.7 billion US dollars, where 84.5% of the trade balance was in favor of the United States, equivalent to 22.6 billion US dollars. The United States is also our primary destination for imports. In 2018, 19.43% of Qatar's imports came from US. As of now, more than 753 American companies have been established in Qatar, and 118 of these are 100% owned by US citizens. In addition, 63 US companies are currently operating in Qatar Financial Center, which is an onshore business and financial center that offers its own first-class legal, regulatory, and tax environment. Moreover, the Qatar Free Zones is a world-class free zone in Qatar, offering outstanding opportunities and benefits for businesses seeking to expand globally. The free zones have been thoughtfully designed and expertly constructed to provide businesses everything they need to succeed, from brand new infrastructure and access to utilities to tax incentives and an investment fund. Qatar free zones are highly competitive and ready for business. It is also worth mentioning that 15,000 American citizens are living in Qatar, with 5,000 high-skilled individuals currently working in private sector. From another economic perspective, many other American jobs depend on doing business with Qatar. For example, Qatar Investment Authority has already invested more than 30 billion US dollars in the United States and plans to invest tens of billions more in the coming years, including $10 billion specifically in US infrastructure projects. Another example is Qatar Airways, where alone has purchased nearly 100 billion worth in aircraft from Boeing since 2006, supporting more than 500,000 jobs in US. In an exchange view, an array of development projects in Qatar are allowing American companies to increase their contribution to the growth and expansion of the Qatari economy into other areas, such as the infrastructure, construction, education, research, and training sectors, as well as small and medium projects. During the year 2018, the State of Qatar launched a multi-city cultural and economic roadshow. The objective of that roadshow was to highlight the economic and cultural partnerships with selected key American cities and to promote US-Qatar bilateral ties and enhance these ties in a creative manner. It is our intention to launch a second economic roadshow in some of major cities in US during 2020 to build on what has been achieved throughout last year's roadshow and create more promising opportunities to enhance the joint efforts to achieve more fruitful projects that would contribute to the well-being of both countries. Dear friends, I reiterate what I have referred to earlier about the role and importance of the Gulf region to other parts of the world. It is important to state that the future of this region and what takes place in it would have a clear and imminent impact on the world future. For this region to enjoy stability and peace, this can be only achieved through the mechanisms of dialogue, peaceful settlement of disputes, and cooperation to achieve sustainable development goals. Hence, all parties concerned in the region should share dialogue in faith to achieve reasonable solutions in a win-win situation for the future prosperity of the region and its people and the whole world. Thank you for your time.